9 assists or 7. I mean, just an insane stat line again. Jarrell, I've run out of superlatives to talk about this kid, but it's not just him, though. The team itself is overcoming the loss of one of the top 5 players in the nation.
Yeah, and that was impressive just from the way that game started because, you know, obviously as guys that have been in that locker room, whether it be coaches or players, you know how when your best player goes down for the year, the way that JT Toppin did, like, you know, the toll that it takes on the team. Not even necessarily the spirit or the energy, but just, you know, it kind of just takes the wind out of your sails and bogs everybody down. Everybody kind of feeling sorry for themselves. So when Cincinnati jumped on them early, and keep in mind, Cincinnati team that came in hot and rolling and kind of just beating people that they had no business beating handily. And you know, obviously that they were able to put together a couple more wins, who knows? But you know, they got down early and they didn't flinch at all. And Christian Anderson took this game over, man. He's probably one of my favorite guards to watch this year. Again, I don't want to beat the dead horse like Matt said, but we probably don't talk enough about him. Some of that was because he played alongside a guy that was a National Player of the Year candidate. But man, when you pull up and look at his numbers and the things that he's able to do and he's done this year, you got no choice but to be impressed. So now I think you know, they kind of figured something out a little bit tonight. Obviously, the ball's going to be in his hands. It's going to probably be even more pick and roll than we've seen early on, even though he runs more pick and roll than just about anybody in the country. But you take away some of those possessions when we know how they did when they had Toppin, where they were playing through him on the block in a low post or at the elbows a lot as well too. So all those possessions now are going to kind of start just being, you know, more opportunities for him. And, you know, just I'm excited to see it. I feel like he's going to have some triple-double games maybe a 40-pointer or something like that in him, man, because like right now I think you kind of saw the recipe how they should play. They almost playing with house money. Like nobody's expecting y'all to do, or the expectation isn't where it was when y'all had JT Toppin, but at the same time you still know you got a really good connected team and you got one of the best guards in the country. So all gas, no brakes. Let's just see, you know, and see how kind of things play out from there, man. But he's a fun dude to watch.
McCall?
Jeff, you got the hat on. Go ahead, man.
No, I did the interview, so I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, really impressive to see down 9 points and to see Grant McCasland not panic. Calm your team down, guys. We're okay. Let's do what we do, and we're gonna be just fine. And Christian Anderson, I mean, what a performance! I mean, snaking pick and rolls, making pull up jumpers, you know, making threes, knocking down threes, and we were just talking about it off air. I mean, they had 11 rebounds. I mean, I think with like 5 minutes ago, he had 10 rebounds in the game. He has 7 assists. It'll be interesting to see going forward how teams defend him. Are they more aggressive in pick and roll coverage? Because I thought tonight he was just able to do and operate however he wanted. If he could get a guard on his back and Cincinnati's playing drop coverage, he's just going to pick them apart. Our team's more aggressive with him and getting the ball out of his hands without JT Toppin. It's so unfortunate. I thought this was the best duo in college basketball. I really did. And you see the injury. I mean, these guys, how they played off of each other, but the response from this team. Like sometimes when you have a player with JT Toppin's caliber, you get caught up as a coach running everything through him. But that wasn't the case with this group and this duo when you think about what Coach McCasland was doing. So what a comeback to be able to stay poised and not panic being down 9. And this guy, man, what a performance.
Matt, can I add one thing too? Because I forgot to mention it. 40 minutes. Played
40 minutes.
all 40
Every night.
minutes. Listen, I looked at that dude doing. He got a close-up 4-minute timeout in the second half, and it's like he didn't even look tired. He might be the best conditioned athlete because the dude guards too. Like, you know what I mean? I pay attention. It's like he ain't just like loafing on the other end, like, you know what I mean, and just guarding the worst guy. Like he picks up the ball at the point of attack. Like, man, 40 minutes for him to have the impact that he's like, it's impressive, man.
Yeah, he logs 93% of the minutes, which is fifth in the nation. 93.2% of the minutes. It's bananas. And for a guard to have the ball in your hands all the time and to guard, that is mentally and physically exhausting. All right, Goody, you had a chance to chat with him. Of course, one of the big things is doing this without JT Toppin. Let's hear from Christian Anderson.
All right, now pleased to be joined by none other than Texas Tech star Christian Anderson. And Chris, man, big game tonight. Big game, 31-11-7. And if I said 31-11-7, normally I'd be thinking the 11 was going to be assists. Instead, it was rebounds. You led everybody in rebounding. And I think you probably, I'll give you 6'3", right?
Yeah.
6'3"?
6'3".
All right.
6'2", 60 and a half.
I was going to say that might be being generous at 6'3". How big was this one for you, though? I mean, really these last two, but to beat a really hot Cincinnati team like they've been, and to get them tonight, obviously we know a week ago from today was JT going down for the year, and you guys losing Arizona State. And to bounce back with this one had to feel pretty sweet.
Yeah. It was, we had a lot of emphasis in practice, just, being super disciplined, losing JT, we lost about 20 and 10 a night, especially feeling those 10 rebounds. So we had a game plan on everybody having a team effort on both offense and defensively rebounding the ball. So I think that's just what went into it tonight. I think we rebounded them by plus 13 or something like this. So yeah, it was a hard-fought win, especially when they came out blazing. But I think we stayed disciplined and focused up.
So does this mean you would have averaged like double-digit rebounds if JT wasn't playing the whole year?
Never know. Never know.
So I was in Indianapolis last week. They did this like mock selection media thing.
Yeah.
We went through the whole process. And we couldn't figure out what to do with you guys because we didn't have any actual games at that point, without JT. So, one guy next to me was like, well, I have him as the 40th best team in the country. And I think I said in our show the other night, I said, I think you're somewhere between like a 7 and 10 seed without JT. Tonight, you didn't look like it. How much of a are you hearing this stuff and trying to prove people wrong that you guys are going to fall off and not be near the same team that we think, that you were going to be with JT?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you lose a player of that caliber, I mean, it's just common nature to just kind of, say the team is not going to be as good. But I think with the coaching staff we have and the group of guys we have, we've all, been taught to kind of have an edge on our shoulder and just keep pushing. And I think we're a great team with and without JT. Obviously, JT gives us some invaluable stuff, but it's definitely something we've been working on for the past couple of weeks just to kind of know how we want to play still. But yeah, like I said, I think we're still a top team, even with him out, and that goes to coaching staff and the group of guys we have.
First of all, what a high character player when you think of it, just listen to his comments. But I got asked this question yesterday, Dallin, on Dusty and Danny in the morning on Channel 84 about the two injuries from Texas Tech and BYU. And who did I feel like could make a deeper run in the NCAA tournament out of the two teams? I picked BYU because of A.J. dybantsa. I just said this guy's the number one pick in the draft. I still think that they have the pieces to make that run. But right now I'm looking up at the TV and they're down 20 to UCF at home. And listening to that interview from Christian Anderson, I may shift my pick over to Texas Tech. I mean, what a performance.
Kid's a stud. Kid is an absolute stud and so underrated, Dallin.
Yeah, we might touch on that BYU game and what's going on there in our third block of the show. Also, some other big results on the bubble and some big performances coming up next here in the Fiddle 68 After Dark.